Yo, what's up guys, it's Blizzard Hoops, and today I'm bringing you a list of what I believe to be the top 10 must-watch games of the upcoming 2018 NBA season. In this list, I'm not counting any of the first week games, as most of those matches are super obvious, like Kyrie's first game in Cleveland on the Celtics, and Harden and Chris Paul's first match against the Warriors. Also, one other thing is I'm not ranking these from like 1 to 10 of the games like you must watch from best to worst, but in order of like earliest to latest in the season. So with that being said, let's start this list. On October 22nd, the Minnesota Timberwolves are in Oklahoma City and are facing off against the Thunder. This match will be very interesting as it's fairly early in the season and we get to see the newly formed Big Three of the Thunder versus the newly formed Big Three of the Timberwolves. None of these players really have like beef with each other or anything like that, but it still would be interesting to see the different dynamics mash against each other in what is sure to be an amazing game. Next, on November 3rd, the Brooklyn Nets are playing at Staples Center against the Lakers. And I know some of you may laugh when I put the Nets on this list, but it's because for a good reason. This last summer, Lakers traded away D'Angelo Russell to the Nets, which inevitably started some bad blood between the two of them. And this is the first time Russell is back in Los Angeles against his former team, which is sure as hell going to be interesting to watch for both fans and players' reactions. Also, it's good to note that Brook Lopez, who is now on the Lakers, was traded from the Nets, so it's also his first time playing against his former team as well. So this game, I find that's going to be very interesting to see like what D'Angelo Russell does against the Lakers, like how hard he's trying and like how his former teammates feel about him. On November 14th, the Raptors and the Rockets are facing off in Houston in which I believe would be a battle of the backcourts. This would be the first time the new duo of Chris Paul and James Harden have faced off against another all-star backcourt. As previously mentioned, the Rockets only really played games against the Warriors, who has a Big Three. Also, both of these teams are arguably the second or third best team in their conference, so this will for sure be an interesting match to watch. Then one day later, on November 15th, another Lakers game is on my list. Hey, don't get mad at me, all you Lakers haters out there. This is just the way it ended up. This game is going to have arguably the two youngest and most rising teams in the league, with the 76ers visiting the Lakers. We all know this is 100% a must-watch game, as if both rosters are healthy, it would be intriguing to see which team comes out on top. But also, both of these teams have hate out for each other, especially players on the 76ers like Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, and Markelle Fultz. All hate Lonzo Ball and the Lakers, so this is really a must-watch game because this could be a rivalry in the making. Next, on November 22nd, the Warriors face off against what arguably their biggest competitors in the league in Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder's ultimate goal is obviously to win the Larry O'Brien Trophy, but to do so, they will most likely have to go through the Golden State Warriors first, and this is the first time these teams will be meeting and the Big Threes will be facing off. Plus, the recent comments that the Warriors think it's easy to guard Russ brewed up even more beef between these two teams, which makes this match between 7 All-Stars a must-watch game. Roughly 3 weeks later, on December 13th, we have another Thunder game, and OKC is visiting Indiana. And I'm sure you all know why this game is on my list, and that's because the fact that Paul George will be playing in Indiana for the first time as a visitor. The game won't be interesting to watch because it'll be close or anything, because it won't. The game won't be interesting to watch because Oklahoma City and Indiana are going to put up a close match or anything like that, because they won't. Obviously, the Thunder will win, but who doesn't want to see the fans' reactions when Paul George steps back on Indiana Pacers court? Next, we have 2 must-watch games on Christmas Day, the first being the Rockets against the Thunder. These two teams made major changes this offseason, which really makes this matchup interesting. Along with the fact that Carmelo really wants to go to Houston, it'd be interesting to see how that dynamic plays out. And another obvious game on Christmas is Cavs versus Warriors, the biggest rivalry by far in the NBA, and we all know this is a must-watch game for any NBA fan. The intensity level during these games are insane and very fun to watch these superstars clash. The next game on my list is on January 15th, and it is the first time Chris Paul is back in LA playing against the Clippers as the Houston Rockets face off against them. This game is sure to bring some love and some hate, as Chris Paul will be playing against the Clippers for the first time as an opponent. And these types of games where a player returns to their old city always have an interesting dynamic to them. And do you think Clippers will make CP3 a tribute video? I do. Then on February 2nd, the Miami Heat are in Philly facing the 76ers for the first time this regular season. This game was a last-minute addition to my list due to the preseason drama and beef that happened between Joel Embiid and Hassan Whiteside. Shots were fired, and it's going to be intense watching these two big centers face off and seeing which one can back up their statements. Now my last game on this list is the Timberwolves visiting the Chicago Bulls on February 9th. Again, much like other games I've mentioned in this video, this will be the first time All-Star Jimmy Butler faces off against the Bulls in Chicago. Just like the Thunder's first time in Indiana, the match won't even be close or anything like that, because in this scenario, obviously T-Wolves are better than the Bulls, but just the reaction from the fans and the tribute videos is everyone's looking forward to. So that's my list of the top 10 must-watch games of the 2018 NBA season. Let me know in the comment section down below if you had like other games you think should be on my list, and if you made it this far into the video, why not leave a like and subscribe for more NBA content. Peace.